Hello, everyone. Welcome into Flying with Mike. Sitting here at Spangdahlem Air Base over in Germany, getting ready to continue a series of flights we have scheduled called the Life of a Military Brat, or A Military Brat's Life. However you want to take it, that's how we're doing it. I'll even give you the official name so you can look it up. Life of a Military Brat. Um, we military brats, yeah, I'm not going to say we had it hard. We just moved a lot. We went to a lot. I went to 9 different schools, folks, before college. Some went to 12, 13, maybe 14. They were always on the move. If you're part of the military, get ready, you're going to be moving. How some of you never moved, I don't know. Don't want to know. But anyway, that's what we're retracing here, is my life as a brat. Started off in Norton Air Force Base, California, flew the 747-200 over here to Spangdahlem. Actual place was Bitburg, where we were at here, but Spang is like 10, 15, 20 miles away. So we took that because the runway at Bitburg today may be too short. However, this episode number 2, part 2, however you want to call it, is actually in 3 parts. We're not going to do them in 3-month segments where it takes us into spring. No, we're going to, like it says, part 1 today. Soon we'll do part 2. First part is getting us to Frankfurt. Frankfurt, then we'll go to the States and then to the final destination. We ran into an issue. This is a learning process for me too, and I thought I'd done this before. But 12-hour videos YouTube does not like. Although you can stream 12 hours and they're okay with it. You know, hey, we're not going to split hairs. That's not what we're here for. We're here to have fun. Plain and simple, fly the sim. And, you know, if you haven't dabbled in flight simming and you like aviation, we hope we put the inkling in you to jump aboard. We're in X-Plane 11 today. The actual up-to-date version would be 12. Problem is the plane on the line here isn't ported over yet to X-Plane 12. And I'm suspecting by this time, if they haven't done it, there's a good chance we may not see it. Who knows, though? Probably a long life to go with X-Plane 12, so who knows? We're flying the FlyJSim 727 from Spangdahlem over to Frankfurt. One quick note about this plane, folks. It is a wonderful reproduction of the 727. However, it does have a quirk that FlyJSim refuses to acknowledge. That's fine. Their product. They can do as they want, or as a chief once said to me, it's their company, they can lose it how they want. What happens is it's a folder that has an issue in it, and they've had a couple of updates. So even if you update, go back in, make sure you yank it out. What you have to do is go into your X-Plane root folder there in wherever you have X-Plane. Go to your aircraft file, usually on top, but you know, I know how some of you are meticulous and want things a specific way. Look for the aircraft folder. When you open that up, there'll be 3 files in it: 727-100, 727-200 ADV, 727-200F, as in freighter. Each one of these files, you'll have to go in, look for the plugins folder. Inside there, delete XTCAS. That means you won't have TCAS in the aircraft. That also means you won't have crash to desktops on approach right now in cruise. That's one of the big causes of them. The other we ran into high density scenery with still a lot of traffic in Heathrow. That's truly all I can figure out that happened on that crash today, because I do not have XTCAS. And when I removed it, crash to desktop seemed to, knock on wood, go away. So anyway, just remember that aircraft folder, each of the 727 aircraft folders, remove the XTCAS from the plugins folder. All right, so let's get this show on the road, episode 1. Now, on Twitch today, we are attempting 2 flights, and Mondays, you all know, I have a very important church meeting I go to be with our GC or gospel community, that I really try to not let this get anywhere close to that time that I may be late. We're going to push that, I think, today. But I'm hoping not. This is a very short haul. You all might remember the Ramstein to Frankfurt stream several months ago. Identical. So thinking 30, less than up to an hour, and then we're going to, knock on wood, we're going to try this poor flight we've been trying to do for several days now down in Turkey, to go from Adana over towards the Ephesus region. So the airport closest to the historical sites of the Ephesian city. If you don't know Ephesians, it's in the Bible, folks. It's about midway through the New Testament. Paul's journey, great epistle. Short read, maybe. For me, it's a couple hours. For you all, maybe an hour or less. So, but anyway, that's what's on tap today. However, what we're going to do is take off from here, land in Frankfurt. We're going to look like we're shutting down. However, please hold. We're going to be switching from X-Plane 11 over to X-Plane 12. We're not flying the latest version of Zibo. There sounds like there had been an issue, so we're not going to update just yet, although I have a feeling they probably have an updated file by now. They had a fix already, but we're just going to stick to the version we have and fly over to do our Turkey flying in Turkey. And I'm sure I'm pronouncing it wrong, because they have a whole new way to spell it. All right, so enough on the ground here, folks. Let's crawl up into the cockpit. Actually, back in that day, it was a really cool place to be. Lots of things to see and do. For instance, 3 people you'd see. Captain in this seat, first officer right over here to the window, and then behind him is the flight engineer. He's the one you should have been thanking, because you had such a wonderful flight, because he controls the air, the water, all the systems that made the plane go. The other 2 just made sure they hopefully found the right airport. No, a little bit more to that, but still. And even then, they failed. As I like to call them, the pretty boys up front. All right, so let's go here. Let's get the Sim Toolkit up here for our pilot brief, crew brief, and let's get going. Oh, look out. We have some weather in the area. Whoa, where'd that come from? Thank you, Lord. All right, so the loadout today, 98 people from Spangdahlem heading over to Frankfurt to grab aircraft to their next duty assignments, some of which would be able to fly over because they were flight crews, but the families would be going this route. All right, so 98. No cargo, 22,540 pounds in the payload. We're going to build up, we're going to have 18,400 or so pounds of fuel uplifted. And we are going to fly a route. Folks, it's Europe. Get ready for a whirlwind of going 50, I think it's 50 miles between here and Frankfurt. We're going to see half of Germany. No. Oh, you got to love it. All right, initial climb will be up to 25,000. EMGOD will put us at 13,000. Where that is, I don't know yet. We'll find out. Okay, so here's EMGOD, just after top of climb. So basically, we're going to climb out, and then we're going to begin our descent. Like I said, folks, you see the distance. That's Frankfurt. That's Spangdahlem. Not far, but boy, do we eat up some real estate to get there. Ah, gotta love it. All right, weather. Weather has actually not been the greatest. Yesterday, when I started prepping things for this, it was socked in here, folks. 0-0. There was no flying out of Spangdahlem. At least, thankfully, the weather has come up. We now have a scattered layer at 4,800 feet. Temperatures are still rather precarious, but with that 5-knot wind out of the southwest, that should keep it churned up enough to hopefully keep the fog away. However, tonight, folks, could get brutal again. It was brutal, folks. It was well done. I had to actually set the sim to better weather to get that beautiful shot you had there on the opening poster. Over there in Frankfurter, winds are 204. They are still plagued with visibility issues. 700 meters. They're coming in on the 2.5s. We're planning 2.5s left. I don't think we're going to do the 1.8 deal. Fog, visibility, 3, 12, 12. I mean, they are just, it's going to be fun getting in there. We're going to have fun, hopefully. All right, so let's get this filed. And hope to be in the air here in about 15-20 minutes, folks. This is not a tough plane to get set up, ready to go. So we're going at 18:15, which the time is, that's in about an hour. So we do have some time to play with, but I don't want to. More time I can give to the flight in Turkey, the better. All right, so let's get our numbers in here. Oop. Already trying to screw things up. That looks good. RVR 75. We're going to need every bit of it. All right, 25,000. Okay, 39 minutes is the estimated time here. So I hope y'all are ready. One more look at the animal ahead of us. Doesn't look bad in this view, but we get over here into the Rhineland Valley. Ooh, it looks brutal, folks. So let's have some fun, shall we? All right, the good thing is for Frankfurt, there is some rain en route, and that comes in, that may help chew up that air even more to get rid of the fog. However, we're going to try to beat it. So, all right, we're not cold and dark. We're on external power, and we're ready to start. Now, the checklists I'm using, if you come up at my plugin folder, AvTab, folks, this is a free add-on. You can actually put these PDFs in here. These are the different aircraft PDFs I could use if I want. Look for this one. It'll be with SOLIS, or what it is the 727, 100, 200, 200 Fox checklist.pdf. Folks, great checklist. It'll walk you through it. And we're doing good on frame rates. I really hope to in X-Plane 11. X-Plane 12, I might be having some issues. Frame rate rise. All right. However, if you don't want to go this route, get a checklist. Come over here. Just move your mouse anywhere over here to the left. down at the bottom of that little window that opens up, you'll see a little check mark. You got a built-in checklist that you can update to your tastes if you so choose. Now, I use it sometimes to help jog the memory on things. But this is the basics to your before start, plus how to start the APU, then your engine start check and how to start them, and then your before takeoff, and then we'll get to this after takeoff because there is right down here at the bottom some very important information. Okay. However, I have a good checklist in front of me, so let's do it. Logbooks in hand, landing gear pins, fire warning checks. I'm going to turn that up a little bit if y'all don't mind. I sort of use it as a sound check. Much better. Okay, that fire check's good. Cargo check's good. Back on the back wall. This was the first aircraft, folks, with the APU. Hey, Monkey Man Live, welcome aboard. And if I haven't said it to start with today, I hope y'all have had a great weekend. I know we did. And I know y'all, we had a stream Saturday, was it? Yesterday we just, we just finished up the schedules. The schedules are out, folks. Come over to Twitch. YouTube's being YouTube, and I can't put anything text like I did before. Use that link; it'll get you to the schedules over at Twitch. And then the APU fire check right here, and reset. Perfect. Up top here, we got a couple of overheats. That's the only one I know how to make work, even though the rest of these say if you do this, you get an overheat check, but I never see a light. Same, well, now over here, another overheat check. By the way, over here is the flight engineer panel. All right, continuing on, let's do our light bulb check. You're all going, what? Believe me, folks, GE and Sylvania poured a lot of money in light bulbs for these people. And if you see bulb replace come up somewhere along the hall here, we replaced the bulb. You don't understand. I was a aircraft firefighter, and you do not know the number of emergencies we rolled on for light bulbs basically being out. But because I can already tell there's another one out. If you haven't noticed, wait a minute, 2 green. There is a clue. For that right there, they have to declare an emergency. Even though you pull this bulb, put it in there, and it works, you still got to do it. It's always better to be safe than sorry. So sometimes they're pretty obvious, sometimes they're not. Okay. Yeah, they are in places. There's a bulb replaced. Now we have 3 green. I even do the ones lit. The reason I do this, folks, you really don't, although that one would kind of be, well, why do we have only 2 green? So yeah, that one kind of is a duh, we're gonna do it. But these others, okay, whoopee-doo if that light's not on, or that one you kind of want to make sure is on. Or half of these. But again, it doesn't take long. Don't want to be doing any of that garbage. All right, and then you just find your own rhythm through here, folks. And I mean, you're gonna find these little boogers in places you just weren't expecting them. Like right here, I found bulbs. It's just amazing. And I think this is like half of what they actually had in the 7.2. I mean, they've got all the systems covered, but I think it had more real estate back here. So, wow. All right. Punch these, make sure they're all good. But I kind of like this level of detail. One more time, okay. Also push the test button here. I've had it go off there. Like I said, folks, they creep up on you in places you don't even expect them. And that's kind of what I like, you know. Okay, now back here is a whole bunch. So we go click, click, click. I've had these. Our generators. We already know there isn't any more here. I don't think I've had that one yet. And I've had this one down here. So we should be good now, folks. Let's get into actually getting the plane in the air. All right. Passenger signs. Whoops, we're up here. So let's come down. We're going to do a couple of tests. Flight recorder. Slaved. Okay, everything's good. Go to RTO. Choose your animal. Now you could do the fluorescent, which is this one, which will really light it up, the panel, main panel. Sorry, folks. Unfortunately, the weekend took us out into harvest country, and harvest country has put the allergies and the colds that my granddaughters had in overdrive. And I mean Georgia overdrive for those that drive trucks. And I'm just brightening everything up because I got a feeling we're really gonna need them. Yeah. Okay, and I got our nav lights and the logo lights on. All right, so we finished up coming down here. We'll check this. We already did the fire check. Coming down, test. On. Test, test, test. Oh, we already did this. Sorry, folks. On. Oh, wait. Overheat check, and I know we did that, okay. If I do it twice, guess what? Should be twice the better, right? All right. So the overhead panel here is good window heat. Over to the other side, hydraulics we got set, oil cooler set, pressurization, 25,000. We'll set 26. Frankfurt is for our landing altitude. $360. We'll set it for 370 and 7,000. Okay, everything looks good. Otherwise here, APU bleeds on. Well, actually, currently we're on ground power and ground air. I'll show you how to do that in a second. Navcoms, altitudes, and parking brakes and ailerons. All we got left. Okay, altitude for today, unless we're told otherwise, 25,000 feet. Navcoms. Coming out of here, we'll be on runway 22, heading 22. Now, I gave a tip on the last flight we did with this plane, Sioux Falls to St. Louis. Now, an easy way, since you can tell we don't have a heading bug counter here to tell us what heading, set your OBS to the heading you want, 222, and then run the heading bug up to it. And then you'll be even closer to it than doing it by hand. All right, and finally, we got Navcom, radios. Get our radios looked at here real quick. 122.8. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be a lion if I didn't tell you. I don't think we have any VORs in the very close vicinity. So, yeah. We'll set 14.2, and it's already in there. We'll worry about ILSs here in a second. All right, some things to go back to now. All right, let's get our flight plan loaded. How about that? Not very hard. Well, it looked very hard, but we'll get it in there pretty easy. Okay, we're coming out on the ROPUV. You know what? I can make this a little easier on us all. Uh-oh, Sim Toolkit has decided it don't want to play. Bear with me. It takes a restart every now and then. And it looks like Frankfurt approach has come up. All right, there's the route. Okay, so we're up here. Why is that looking so weird? Hang on a second, folks. Now it looks right. I don't know what the heck that screen was trying to do, but it was, wow, cut off half of it. I hope it wasn't doing that to you all. All right, so let's get this route in here, even though it's already disappeared. All right, so we'll come over here, route menu, pilot, F plan. We are taking off from Echo Tango Alpha Delta. Headed to Echo Delta Delta Fox. All right, flight number today, ATA 572. I'm curious, were they America Trans? ATA airline. Amtran, okay. Good to know when I start my radio calls. All right, so let's get in here and put in our departure runway. Hang on. 22. And ROPU2X, not rock you, or I want to rock. All right, and with that executed, we'll go back to F plan. Next, wait a minute, ROPUV, where's ROPUV? There it is. All right, here's where it's going to get fun, folks. Welcome to flying in Europe. All right, let's see here. So from here, we take the L607 to EMGOD. L607. EMGOD. Then we hop on the Zulu 658. Headed over to ROLIS. 1L, right? Yep. LIS. This is actually not bad, folks, but if we were to go to Berlin, there could probably be another page. Unreal, the numbers of airways and such they would put you on, or direct, which is better than anything else. Okay, execute. There we go. The route is in. Now all we got left to do is find out what the heck are they doing in Frankfurter. All right, so we are approaching parallel, expect dependent parallel ILS Yankee approaches 25 right, 25 left. We want 25 left, if they'll give it to us. Coming in on that side of the airport, they may not be so happy. Expect radar vectoring, GLS approach on request. Do not mistake taxiway Mike for performing a visual approach. I don't think many are doing visuals today. Do they have the weather yet in here? Visibility 650 meters. Bring them on, guys. RVR 500. Oh yeah, folks, bring it on. All right, so with that lovely, we need the ROLIS 5 Alpha. I said that one. We are gonna do, we said 25 right or left. Let me just look. Maybe the right side might be more advantageous. Not really. Let me show why. All right, 25 right's way over here. Now, plenty of runway. Do not get me wrong. Look at this long taxiway back into here. Can you, what in the world? Oh, that's a road. I'm looking at it from this angle going, what in the world is this taxiway doing here? It's a road. All right, so yeah, that would just be one ungodly long taxi. We're going to go 25 left. I think it's DF626 we're coming into. Yeah, it's 626. Execute. All right. So how we're doing this, folks, we're going to hit ROLIS. We're going to hope for the drop down here. Oh, that's the 5 Bravo. See if I can switch that. Okay, I can't. So we just do this, that. That. And now maybe. He's going to probably still route us top. I'll bet anything. All right, well, we're going to hope for it. And I'll see if he can't, like we did with Kansas City, go ROLIS 5 Bravo and around the bottom. He may say, no, do your flight plan and leave me alone. Approaches are like that. Or, you know, I just don't fly online. Yeah, that's the other option. But I'd like to fly online. Okay, so you can see how this route is going to meander its way over. And then we're going to drop down to here. Unless we get the Bravo. Now, you know, I probably really should stick to the script. And then he can tell me. There we go. Now we're on script. So we're flying it out. Again, here's the ROLIS out to 416. We're going to drop down to 626 and come in. We're going to stay on script and we'll see how that works. All right, go back to F plan. VNAV. What is our transition level? Remember, I've talked. Uh-oh. Frankfurt went offline already? Really? All right, what's transition level? Probably CATC. Yep, by ATC, we're taking 25 left. Add to the route. And hopefully this chart will tell us a transition level, 5,000. I'm going to lay odds it's higher. For now, it's going to be 5,000. $25,000. Unfortunately, that's what we're doing. Progress. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. 2, 5, 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm going to kill this thing one day. Really? What are we talking here in cruise? All right, we'll settle for that. We're gonna go to 25,000, but we'll settle. Why it's being a booger, I don't know. And progress 117 miles away to our top of descent. That might be why. Oh, it's a booger. All right, we're ready to go, folks. And the cool thing is we don't need a pushback. You know, that getting signed on here to FlyJSim reminded me of something. When I was in the Air Force, we would get military 727s and C-22s. I forget what it called it here. And they were 727 100s. I should have looked for that livery.
Terrain. Pull up. Don't sink. Don't sink. Too low. Terrain. Too low. Gear.
Let's go, folks.
Too low. Terrain. Glide slope. Bank angle. Bank angle. 100. 50. 30. 20. 10. 500.
APU coming on. All right, that was kind of weird. Frankfurt came up, Frankfurt came down. Unless they're going to go be a center. I don't know, because too much traffic. And for this leg, we are not flying with any virtual airlines. So, and again, this is episode 1, Life of a Military Brat. And what I'm trying to do is show all the different places as a kid of a military member, Air Force, where all we went. And we went right out of, literally out of the womb, right into Germany, where eventually my sister would be born, and then we come back a year or two later. Born in California, and then within a year in Germany. All right, I think we're ready to go. We don't have any ATC that I can tell on EDDK. I don't think they cover us. Let me look and see. Oh, Frankfurt decided to come back up. Okay. I don't know if we're in EDDK center or not. Put this in there. I get tired of this when you think you've done things and the system says, wrong answer. All right, well, it'll have to do. Wrong type aircraft came up in the pictures. I can change it though. But anyway, there we go. Oh, we are under somebody. Who are we under? Oh, that is definitely not where we are. What the heck? All right, real quick, performance numbers, flaps 20, 110, 110, 122. There's our flap numbers. Hit set bugs. Now, you have some options here, folks. Oh, we just lost the APU. Oh, that's one of the things that really irked me about this plane. All right, we're going to fire it up off the GPU. But we're going to perform our maintenance that we need to. try it one more time. I really can't. I don't remember these things ever breaking like they do in FJS. If it breaks again, we'll use ground power. All right, here we go, folks. We're going to crank it up. Okay, all ready to go. Beacon. Start light, and what we're waiting on is 20. There it is. And engine 3 coming alive. Now, yeah, you're going, oh, you lost your route. Actually, no, I didn't. Okay, when this light goes out, technically you can fire up another engine. That's your oil pressure light. I wait for them to settle down. And then I go back up top here, fire up number 1. Again, we're waiting for N2. That is this row of gauges here. 20%, boom. So you can see where 20% is right there. I don't know how well you see it, but we're trying. Okay. Just waiting for it to settle down. Looks like it's settled. Let's fire up the middle one, number 2. Start valve is open. That light is on. Down here, waiting on 20, and we are crossing it. Boom. So there you have it, folks. We're started up. We're ready to go. Hope you all enjoy. And EK, I think, means that is not nearby. Oh, that's up here, and never mind. That's right. It is Copenhagen weekend or day. All right, let's get over here. Quickly get these on the generators. Okay, all on the gens. Off the ground power now. Okay, galley power is back on. All right, I think we're ready to go. Gasper fan on, cargo heat on. All right. 20, 110, 110, set bugs just to make sure. Zero fuel weight, V-speed, state trim. We didn't do this on the last flight. We kind of forgot. All you got to do is click. It sets flaps to 20. There's 4 clicks down. And I'm going to just go ahead and get set up for that approach. Approach channel 12805. If it doesn't work, we will come offline, of course. All right, we're ready to go, folks. Before taxi, electrical probe heats. Anti-ice. We will, you know what, let's go ahead, run with it. We are up north here. So what we'll do is open our wing. Actually, the wing, we're not going to be too awesomely worried about. More so than the engines. Okay. Flaps should be by now set. Why are they not? Oh, I know why they're not showing. Got to have all the hydraulics on. Now, just a quick let you all learn a little about this plane. That heat plume you see that we're looking at right here, this blurring in the screen, that's the APU exhaust. The APU is right here, folks. Really can't put it in the back because there's an engine already there. So this is where, and as I said before, the first aircraft with an onboard APU. Before you yell at me, as someone else did once before, other aircraft got it afterwards. But this was the first aircraft with an onboard APU. Okay, we're not ready to go because we have to set one of our gens. We'll go to Gen 2 today. All right, we're set. Weather radar we'll get as we taxi. Here we go. Now, just to give you a little reference point, when we get to the runway, off the end of it, and about 10 miles over it, I'm not playing the kilometer mile thing here, 10 US miles is about where Bitburg is. Spangdahlem traffic, Amtran 572 taxi to 22 for departure. All right, we should be ready to go here at the end of the breaks, folks. If the breaks are a little too much for you, you could always subscribe. The biggest benefit is ad-free viewing. All right, takeoff checks. Okay, flight attendants notified. Oil cooler to ground off. Fuel heat not needed. Oop, wrong side. Up top here to normal on the packs. Start switches, packs, bleeds, flaps. We're set, ready to go. Roger, clear for takeoff, Amtram 572. Spangdahlem traffic, Amtram 572 departing 22. Okay, we're all set to go. Flaps set, trim set. Remember, folks, this isn't the long 727. This is the shorter one. I kind of like this one over the longer one. Okay. Takeoff power set.
80 knots. P1. Rotate.
Gear up. All right, folks, we are up, up, and away. Where'd my charts go? Did I accidentally X out of them? Okay, a lot of stuff I've been doing here. Let's walk through the check. So climb out, pressurization checked. Let me double check, make sure we're packed on. Okay, packs are on. Oil cooler and air pack are back to where they started. We're in the clouds, in and out, and APU is off. Okay, now we are climbing via the what would be your INS. However, we don't use that. One, you got to pay for it here. I am not a fan of the INS systems, and it's nothing against them directly. I had a major problem with them. Couldn't get it to clear, even uninstalling, reinstalling with the manufacturer, which might have been SIVA. Way back in 2004, and couldn't clear it up. Long came an FMC program, everything cleared up, we were good then. So that's why I don't. And it's the same with the 7.4. Now the 7.4 comes with it. 747-200. However, this one does not, as with another one I have. So, unfortunate. But, you know, and you guys that love them, enjoy them. I'm glad. I'm just, that whole experience, same with DCS, that's why I don't go. It just got too much. And I just said enough. And that's why I don't go back. I'm trying to get my radar on, because I don't think I did. It's a pain in the butt if you don't do it on the ground. There we go. Now I can get the rest of it to work usually pretty decently. Okay. Now, we're through. Let me get us into climb cruise here. Go back to vertical, nose down. Then we're going to talk a little bit about those checklists.
Luxembourg traffic, KLM 118, descend to 8,000 feet.
We'll also get rid of charts. Sorry about that, folks. You're about 100 miles out of Frankfurt. If that's actually tuned, it looks like it is. All right, so we're climbing to 280 knots. Well, we're climbing to flight level 250 at 280 knots. And we'll explain all of this in a second. Now, this aircraft does not have an auto throttle that you're used to, where you set a speed and it maintains that speed. The auto throttle system here is pitch. It's going to, you set a speed and the system will maintain the speed by pitch. So if you get a little fast, it'll lower it down. If you get a little slow, it'll, or vice versa, sorry. All right, so that's the first thing. Now, let me, again, I try to keep my headings pretty on par with the plane, although right now it's working its way on course. Okay. All right, so we're going to be at 25,000 here shortly. The big thing with this plane, try your best to watch this checklist here on the takeoff page. Cleared for takeoff. There's your checks. But this is what you want to follow, these notes. You don't want to go much more than 97% N1, which is this line, the second row down. Climb. So once you clear 10,000 and you go to climb, actually once you clear about 1,000, 2,000, and you would go into climb thrust, pull back the throttles. That's right, you pull back the throttles to around 92%. Make sure, or as best you can, flaps up at 200 knots, no faster than 250, or you run the risk of damage. Now, 10,000 feet, 280 knots we want to accelerate. We'll show how we did that. If we were to go above flight level 290, we would put the Mach hold on the autopilot controls on at 0.78. Not that we're going to cruise at 0.78. That's what we would climb at. We're not going to get that high, so we're not going to worry about that one. However, how did we get here? Very simple. Okay, so we set the speed bug. When we hit the set, whoop, here, it sets your bugs to include this one to about 180, I think it was, or 190 maybe, I don't remember. But anyway, once I get to the runway or prior to it, I'm going to set it to 240, 250, 240. I like 240 because it helps little saving grace with some virtual airlines out there that are pretty particular. Okay, climb out at 240. However, when you take off, here, let me just zoom in this way. Here's your N1 gauge. 2 down. You want it no higher than the yellow. Once you get into your climb, you really don't want more than 92%. You could put an engine on fire. I have twice. And then you have to go through that procedure. As I said, there's no auto throttle. So once we reach 25,000, it'll altitude hold, heading, nav holds, all of that good stuff. That's what it's doing now. But we have to control the speed, and he can wait. Dude, you just text me. You don't need to do it twice. And I'm going to keep her slow. And I am going to aviate before I communicate. He can wait. Gonna make sure we've got this sucker under control speed-wise. That's why he can wait. All right, we said he is on 122 or 128. Frankfurt approach, Amtran 572 with you, flight level 250. We ran into a problem with this last time. 120.805. We can only do 2 decimals. Frankfurt approach, Amtram 572, how do you read? See if that works. If not, we disconnect. This crap that they're doing, 3 decimals, they know half these aircraft can't do it. All right, that's the problem. They're playing the 3 decimal thing and don't realize these bigger planes have a lot less. Okay, so what we'll do, we're going to begin our descent. I had a bad feeling that was going to happen. They don't read, they don't understand. It's our way or the highway. And okay, fine. I'll go on the jetway. Okay, we're going to start our descent down to 2,000 or 10,000. It's really a shame. I would have loved to have flown in there, but why they refuse to go 3 decimals is beyond me. Or come down to the historical planes. All right, we are May have to go into a hold. Oh no, we're still good. We're just kind of high right now. I'm going to go ahead, bring us into what is 626, 4,000. $6,000's TL. Okay. And just as quickly as we went up, we're coming down. Yeah, we're not going to play the games. That's a shame. They want to go 3 digits and knock half the aircraft out that are in FlyJSim world. That's okay. It's on them. All right, so we're still hoping we will be getting that second flight in. We'll just get on the ground here as quickly as we can. And let's get that ILS set up, that frequency being 111.5. One five. All right. Perfect. We're slowed, descending, pretty good rate. In the racetrack. All right, well, 120,800 would have been. Let's see what's next. Yep, that's the one. I just double checking my information that I had was correct. All right, let's set 200. It's still calling fog, folks, so we'll see what we end up with. Now, if we were lower, I might cut in, but we're not, so we'll just keep running it out. That's another little quirk with this, folks. Again, we're not setting a speed. We're setting a speed that we're going to, the aircraft, if we set it to IAS hold or Mach hold or whatever, will maintain by pitch. What we're doing is I'm using it as a focal point for when the gear need to go down, 190. I may put it down earlier. All right, 10,000. We're coming on with the lights. Seatbelts already on. And yes, folks, in the day of the 727, smoking was allowed. Thank goodness that ended. The idea that the smoke would end up in the back was so hilarious in the latter days of it. All right, I need more speed brakes. So that indeed was our problem with Heathrow a couple weeks ago. We couldn't get them to talk to us, and it was because they're playing the, if you don't have three digits on the right side, you're not going to be able to fly with us, which is sad. Sorry to say, folks, any of you with the 727s, DC-10s, DC-8s, accurate radios would not have it. That's just really a shame. Wow, we're going to actually come around pretty decent. I'm going to actually hold us up. No, I'm going to bring us down to 4,000. Kind of makes me wonder if they're trying to lower the volume of traffic on here. Mitar says QNH 1025. 1025. All right, we are on a vector. Oh boy, why aren't you? Oh, there it goes. Oh, did I forget altitude select? Hang on. I sure did. Thought I had it on. Okay, sorry about being a little quiet there, folks. Getting back under control here. Let the plane accelerate too much. All right. Not getting the localizer yet, though. Glide slope we got. "28 miles out." Think I got the runway in sight up there, folks, and I thought for sure we wouldn't see it. Right there we go. Localizer alive. 20 mile out. We're on it. We're inbound. And I've got runways in sight. So hopefully the visibility is clearing up. 30 minutes ago it hadn't. All right, let's see how chat's been doing. Sorry, folks, I've been kind of trying to figure out why ATC is being the way they want to be over here in Europe. And starting to get a lot of where this grief that a lot of pilots are going through is coming from. So I'd really hate to see FlyJSim become some obscure online traffic network like others out there, and they're working their way to it. All right, is glide slope alive? It sure be. Let's go auto glide slope. And we're about 10 miles out, about to join the glide slope. Let's go ahead, start slowing up for the approach. Just in case. Now, I have seen this happen, folks, where you could see it 50 miles out, and then you get to about like right here, and poof, it disappears. Well, it actually could. We're actually going into nighttime here. So it actually could. Gear down. Let's go flaps 15. Speed brakes off. And armed. Go flaps 20. Frankfurt Tower, Amtram 572, 5 mile final, 2.5 left on the ILS. Roger, cleared to land, 2.5 left, Amtram 572. Whoa. See how it's beginning to disappear, folks? I've seen this too many times with all the sims I've been a part of. Wow. All right, we need flaps 30 now. And the winds is, real quick, you only got a 3-knot crosswind, so it's not like it's going to really blow us all over the place. But see it coming down. Oh, these sim weathers really crack me up. I'm curious if we're going to actually lose it. We're going to be 5 miles right now. Let's go ahead and give it a little bit of juice. Now, you guys are probably wondering, what's the easiest way to disconnect the autopilot? Other than setting up a key, is actually, unfortunately, in this plane,
4,000.
Runway in sight. We hope. Flaps 30, spoilers armed, brakes are not armed. Real quick, punch us to medium. Get back in here and get stable.
Glide slow. Glide slow. Glide slow. Glide 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Welcome to Frankfurt, folks. With a little hippity hop, we're here. All right, we're going to take our time coming off here. Oh, good. We can just taxi straight. Cross taxiway Mac. Yeah, the good thing is when you're not on an online service, you don't have to worry about there being traffic. All right, runway lights can be turned off. Strobers off. Set the power on. As soon as we cross, we'll head for terminal. Welcome to Frankfurt, folks. Hope you enjoyed. Sorry we had to jump off FlyJSim. We're not going to argue with them. Wouldn't do any good anyway. But it just shows where things are now. Whole different state of affairs out here. But we are headed over to the B, I think it is, gates. Although I think, well, actually, I know for a fact we would not be coming over here back in the day when I came here. We'd have been over at Rhein-Main. What's Rhein-Main? That's the airbase before Ramstein. That's where everything came in, came out of Germany, went through Ramstein. Then you went out to your bases, either bus, train, car, whatever. So that's now a terminal, and I believe I heard someone, and I again can't tell you if it's true or false. Lufthansa's moving out there. Don't know. Could make sense. Keyword could. But I can't verify it. All right. I didn't put a prediction in. I don't know if anyone did. But hopefully somebody did, and we can say, hey, hooray to that person. Like I said, yeah, they wouldn't care. There's 18 people on the ground trying to get out of here, 2 inbound. Which one would have been me? So, really an overloaded airport. Now, we're going to go all the way down. We're going to taxi in out in the second wing here. So we're going to go past all of this infield and then turn in for our gate. I found that's where a lot of American type airlines seem to congregate. Not saying they all do, just saying that's where they seemed. When I used to check this stuff with the virtual airline I ran, this was the early 2000s, so. And just seemed like American, United, Continental. I think Continental, U.S. Airways, trying to think of some others. Anyway, they were all in there. So, unfortunately, Pan Am and TWA were already gone. And that is how it was yesterday when I first came in to Spangdahlem. Oh, Air Canada on the end as we are looking at it right now. So, and then your heavies going to like Far East would be way on the end. The next intersection's where we're going to turn in. Oh, that's a shame that FlyJSim isn't going to support the other radios now. And I hope FlyJSim's listening, because that's a shame. There's a lot of GA aircraft that don't have that third decimal. Sucks to be them. Here we go. And I found like a lot of U.S. Airways were off to the right. American Uniteds were off to the left. Actually, correction. American Deltas, U.S. Airways, Uniteds, and such to the right. Star Alliance one side, One World, and what the heck is Delta with? Anyway, you get the drift. Sky Team. You know what? C6 sounds like a good one. My favorite thing, taxiing through vehicles. Thankfully, that got kind of worked on a little bit in X-Plane 12. Not much, but a little better. But like I like to joke around here, folks, what do you expect with no drivers in the cars, in the vehicles? All right, brakes are set. Let's see how we're doing back here. Hope for the best, folks. Seatbelt signs off. Brakes are set to disarm. Now, the one thing I love about this plane, all you got to do is click on them. APU going off as we're on ground power. And last but not least, let's find us a jet. I don't know if these jetways will... Nope, they're not going to work. Oh well, no biggie. We came prepared. They can go out the back. All right, folks, welcome into Frankfurt. I hope you enjoyed. It was a fun flight. Except for that little hiccup with FlyJSim, we've had enough fun with them. They deserve it, and they're going to get every bit of it from me. But anyway, in another way, not here. All right, so let's take a look here. Like I said, we're not flying for a virtual airline, so it's no big deal. See if someone, since there's 18 of them here, is there anyone in my parking spot? Nope. Close, but not. Nice try. A&A, you're way out of sports. But, you know, hey, who knows? Busy, busy airport today, folks. Wow. But anyway, Elevatech, they got us. Landing 371 feet a minute. We'll take it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and close that out too. And you know what? We're going to do it a little different this time. I'm going to go ahead and just shut the stream down. I'm starting to get a little bit of a stomach ache so that we can reset everything and go to X-Plane 12. So, but anyway, let's take a look at Sim Toolkit before we go. $342 feet a minute. We'll take it. Not bad. AirTrans 572 on the ground. There's our little routing. And view details. 56-minute flight. 71 miles, just under 3,000 kilograms, 2 Gs, 342. Little slow, but not bad. All right, now I talked about where Rhein-Main was. Rhein-Main was on this base, and they were right where you see all these airplanes. The first officer's going, I want at the airplane. But no, this whole ramp here, folks, was Rhine-Main Air Base for the Air Force. That's where more than likely we would have parked. That's more than likely where we would have gone. However, we went to the main terminal because part 2 of this episode 2 will be the departure from Frankfurt International Airport, and we'll be headed to JFK, and then to our next, where my dad's next duty assignment was. All right, number wise, so 342 feet a minute, 115, 2 G's. We saw all of that, folks. Beautiful landing. Little 900 feet down, which in our terms, that's actually almost on the landing's aiming pads, but overseas they're about 1,500 feet. So, but yeah, this would have been Rhine-Main. B-52s, MAC military airlift command aircraft, all would have littered over here, along with other base facilities. So, amazing what time this happened. I want to say the transformation began probably around 1980. By mid-90s, I think, in full swing to get everything to Ramstein, which they were beefing up to do what Frankfurt did with Rhine-Main. So, fun times, so folks, fun times. And there's your normal departure runway, which they don't care what the winds are in FlyJSim. You could have a direct tailwind at 100 knots, and I think they'd still say, oh, 18. I'm like, yeah, okay, not me. So, all right, well, we're going to go ahead, get rid of all of this. And like I said, I think I am just going to shut both sides down. That way, you all know when we come up, we'll be doing the turkey flight. The turkey flight is going to be really, hopefully not far off, but with this bellyache, I don't want to hold you. Yeah. We'll stick to the script. I'm sorry. I'm such a wishy-washy person. So, folks, Twitch, stand by. We'll be right back. Those on YouTube, I hope you have a great day. Flight 2, Adana, Turkey, headed to the region of Ephesus in the Bible. There's actually an airport there. Folks, we'll see you in a few minutes. Monkey Man, no idea if they will update. They say they will. I'm kind of leaning. I'm going to be shocked if they do. So it's a shame. I'd love to see it in X-Plane 12. We'll see you in a few, folks, here on Twitch. We'll be back 5-10 minutes. And we'll be in the Zebo 737. And X-Plane 12.